Welcome to the channel, folks. Clunkers and Classics, where we are rolling along on the 68 Nomad, and she's ready to paint. Well, it just needs to be sanded down. It's ready to paint. All the body work, prep, all that stuff is done. But I'd like to fix everything that I can on it, mechanically or whatever, before I paint it, because I don't want to be working on it while it's painted, and it's going to have the flame job on it. Okay, so I started a video of doing that, and the first task was to see what I could do with this AC, get this truck AC components working with the wagon stuff, and I come to a brick wall on that for now. So I'm going to start this video on fixing the other things I need to fix, and so that'll be coming up. The rear end seals, changing the rear end fluid, shocks, and probably a few other little things. Okay, so next video we're gonna see if I'll finish the video on the AC, see if we can get that rolling or get something accomplished with it, because that's the biggest roadblock right now. It's just that. Other than that, it's pretty much done, ready to paint, and we can start on the paint process. So okay, here's the video of the other stuff other than the AC I got done. Okay guys, we got a couple little jobs to do, but I just found another one, a major one, but let's just go over. Here's the original 10 bolt out of this car. I forget what it is, the center pinion pin was all loose and wallowed out. It was about to blow, probably making a hell of a noise. I was thinking that might be the reason why they parked it in 91 and pulled the engine transmission. They probably had a hopped up motor in there, more power than the rear end could handle, and screwed up their purple paint job, so they pulled the engine transmission out. I don't know. So anyway, I had a 12 bolt that was in good shape from the 69 Chevelle parts car, and I put that in there. Okay, but a couple years ago I had taken the front cover off the 12 bolt and kind of left it, I guess it was a little bit open. So when I brought it over here, it was all rusty in there. Not real bad, but so, you know, I cleaned out the best I could. I used, you know, brake clean and all that. But then I thought, you know, there's rust going in the axles too. So I filled it all up with new fluid, sealed it up, and figured I'd drive it for a while. And now it's probably got 150 miles on it at least. So I want to drain all that fluid out and put in new rear end fluid. Okay, so that's what we got here. But we got a problem. When I had the car turned around the other way, it was sitting here for, oh, I don't know, a week or two. And while I was sanding this side, I noticed this. I thought it was a little puddle of water. And then I looked at it, and it's oil. And I thought, ah, shit. And then I thought, well, no, it can't be the oil, because I was thinking I hit the oil pan. You know, because it was opposite way. I thought, no, because it's at the back, so it had to be the rear end. But did I have the car over? I didn't have the car over here. So what it is was the right rear tire would have been right there, and it was leaking rear end fluid. So now it's been sitting here a couple of days, and guess what's happening? It's leaking. So I have to jack it up and take that tire off and check. I don't really want to take the axles apart to change a seal. So we'll take that apart and take a look. I'm sure it's all new brakes are all full of fluid. Okay, now the second job is I got these are they 2 or 3 inch, 3-inch maybe, spacers below the coil spring to jack it up. Okay, now the problem is the shocks are extended all the way up. See, so you put air in them, it's really, the air just make it stiffer, I guess, but it basically bottoms out when it goes upwards. So that's what the problem was. It was why it was a stiff ride. So the only way to get around that is to buy longer shocks, but I couldn't figure out what exact shocks I would have to buy. You know, you look up 2-inch longer shocks, but for a Chevelle, and nothing really comes up. I'm not sure how to word it or whatever, but anyway, the other alternative is to buy shock extenders. So that's what I got. These ones I actually bought for the Nova, but they were in the trunk. I never did use them. So, and now I forgot which, they go up that way or this way. I got them on my 69 Chevelle. I'll look on that. So they, was I even showing it? Yeah. So these are the bolts you would use. So it would go on top of the shock, and then this would mount up to the top there where the shocks bolt in. So anyway, I think that'll give it a lot better ride, because you could air up these shocks all the way and it doesn't raise the height any, because these spacers are making the height go up. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. Then we'll do the shocks first, and then I'll take this cover off and the wheel off and see what's up, see where it's leaking from. But I think I'm gonna have to probably take an axle out and get a new bearing. But anyway, I'll be back when I get something done. Okay, there's the wheel off. You can see it all leaking there. There's the drum. See it leaking there. Yeah, it's all coated with yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to take it off. Okay, and get some brake clean all that stuff off there. Okay, well, I'll be back. Okay, guys. Got the cover off. Fluid, you can still see some rust kind of in there, but everything seems to move freely. Axles. Okay, so you got to take out the C-clips, which is, you got to take out the spider gears. So you got to take this bolt out here. I don't know if that's, check the other side axle. It's a little bit moist, and Probably gonna have to change them both over. O'Reilly's and AutoZone both have them in stock. I guess it's pretty common seal. Although the O'Reilly's was $249 and AutoZone was $449. Okay, so we fold this. I don't know if we have to just pull it back like that because it's pretty long. And I don't have anything to pop that out of. There, we see if it'll. Oh, there it goes. That's a pin that was all wallowed out in the other rear end. Either that or the inside was wallowed out. Throw my cigarette away. Okay. Let's add this turning. So that bolt just holds that pin in there. And you got to, there's a C-clip in here. You got to push the axle in and pop the C-clip. I can't see very good. I'll probably have to get a... Okay, let me come back. Okay guys, you push it from the outside in, and then the pin just falls out, and the pin, the C-clip is right here. But once you get that off, then you can push this out, and I'll get some little, if I can't get that out, I'll get some little see, it's right there, but anyway, I got some little deals to clamp on that and pull it out. We'll pull it out here in a minute. Anyway, we get out from underneath here. We'll pull the axle out and check the bearing while we're at it too. Okay, so she just pulls right out, and that. Okay, we'll check out the. So I was worried about the rust in the bearing. Here's the bearing. Looks good. And there's the seal. The seal doesn't look bad, but they never do. Okay, so this, you got to get a screwdriver in there and pry it and all kinds of stuff to get that out of there. So let me do that. That way I'll bring it with me and make sure I get the right one at the auto parts. But yeah, I just hope there ain't no... That should be all right. Looks to be. Okay, well, let me get that out and I'll be back. Okay, popped it right out. I just used this end of a pry bar and popped it right out. Okay, it served its use for 55 years. Time for a new one. Probably made in China cheapy, but what are you gonna do? Okay, and like I said, there's the bearings. They look good. Okay, this was the C-clip. I got this little deal here. See, get that, you know, if you lose a bolt or something, and pop it out. Okay, so as this pushes past the little spider gear, it just sits in there like that. And that big pin that I dropped in the bucket, that goes against that and holds that clip in the spider gear, so it can't fall out. But this got about, you know, half-inch play, and once you push that in, then this can just pop out. So it's pretty simple. Yeah, I'm not going to do the bearings. They look okay, and they're kind of a pain in the ass. You got to have a special puller to pull that, although I think I have something that I could pull them out, but we're not going to do that. They're not making no noise. Drives real good. Okay, so I'm just going to do the other side, and then I think I'll run up to, I think I'm going to go to O'Reilly's, because they take old batteries. And I got a bunch of them. You can only, five's the limit. I got 2 more up front. But I'm going to take 5 batteries in, and they'll give you a $10 a battery store credit. You know, on a little gift card type thing. Or even if you got change back. I'll probably get change back, because the seals are only $2.49. Get some brake cleaner, some gasket sealer for the diff cover. Don't know what else I could use, but whatever's left over they give you on a gift card. 5's the limit, so I'm going to bring 5 in. That'll be a $50 credit. Get all that stuff for free. I'll probably do that now because I'm dying for a pizza. And take the dogs take them for a walk first and a ride in the truck. They just love going for a ride in the truck. And I'll get back, and if I got enough time today, we'll put them seals in there and put this back together and put the new fluid in there. So I will be back. Okay guys, I just got back from O'Reilly's. Mainly, they only had one seal in stock. So then I had to go to AutoZone, and they hadn't had one. So anyway, that's the new one there. Okay. Yeah, I had this was like 10 bucks. And then as I was checking out, I still had $10 left. And they had these on the shelf in front of the cash register for $4.99. So I got 2 of them just to use up the whole 50 bucks. And it's got some starting fluid, some choke cleaner, gasket sealer. Okay, so I'm gonna clean up this with a little piece of sandpaper, clean it off, and then put a little bit of gasket sealer around the edge of this, and pop it in there. I don't remember which way it went now. I'll look at the other side. And then I'm gonna stuff some paper towels in there and spray all this down with some brake cleaner. We'll use I'll spray a little bit now, I guess. Just don't want to get any of this stuff on the camera. Clean all that crap off the brake shoes. Then I'll slide the axle back in, put that C-clip on, and then take the C-clip from the other side, and we'll do the other side. Okay, so I'll be back in a little bit. Okay guys, I got that side in. You can't see real good, but need another can of this. I took the C-clip out of this side, so this one should slide right out too. Oh shit. That's some rust on that. It's alright, we can clean that up as long as that's good. Bearing's good on this side too. Okay, I'll show you how I took that seal out. I got a whole set of these in different sizes. So I just put it in there like this. There it is. Okay. Now put some wheel bearing grease. When I put some gasket sealer around the new seal, put it in there, and then put a little wheel bearing grease around this and around the edge of the seal before I put the axle in. So I'm gonna do the same thing here, just clean it up. Grab a little piece of sandpaper. Just kind of clean this up a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to clean this up before I put it back in, so I'll be back. Okay guys, I got that axle in. You see here where the C-clip goes. That's the C-clip right there. And you just want to put it in about like that. And push it in. That's it. Okay, then we clean up this pin a little bit. This pin here. And we want to put that, let's see, put that in with the hole facing this. Make sure it's okay. And there it is. I'm just going to make sure that, there it is, goes in there. And just tighten up that bolt and that's it. Okay. Okay, well, let me tighten that up and then well, it's almost tight. Let me just, I need to kind of hit that with a hammer and tighten it. Okay, I'm just going to clean out the rest of this fluid, all this crap here, And take a razor blade, clean off all this old gasket. Well, it's not gasket, it's just a gasket sealer on the cover and the housing. Reglue that and stick it in there, and then we'll fill it up with fluid. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay guys, it's the next day. Get back under here. I cleaned up the housing and cover, the gasket seal around it, tighten that up yesterday. So what we got going now, I can put some plastic down over the grease. Okay, so you just got to fill her up with fluid, and all you do is take this plug, already loosened it, was a 9/16 wrench, and just take it out. Okay, now I got my rear end fluid. It's supposed to take 1.9 quarts or something, so probably 2. Okay, and just stick that in the hole like that. If you got a different type of rear end and you can't get this quart container up like this, then you can use a hose. Just use like a fuel line or something from the container. So you just keep squeezing her in there, squeezing it in there until it leaks out the side, which won't be till the next quart, and once it starts dripping out the hole, then that means it's full, which is basically half of this carrier full. So let me just do the rest of this off camera, then I'll put that plug back in, and then we'll do the shock extensions, which are right here. We got to take, you can reach up there with a wrench and get the 1/2 inch on top. See where my finger is? If you got to hold it. And then here you can just get it with an impact or wrench or a socket. So we're going to take them 2 out, and then and put in that spacer and put it in there. So I'll be back when we get going on that. Okay guys, there's the shock here, and I don't know why this oil's leaking out of there. So yeah, this, we go on this way, and then up like that. And then it's the only thing I don't like is these Allen heads on there, but they'll go through there like that. I might get some bigger washers, but that might work. Okay, well, let me get that in and I'll be right back. Okay guys, that's it there. So that should give it another 2 inch. It should give it enough 2 inches of travel, keep it from being stiff. Okay, so I'm fixing to put this one in this side here, and that should do it. I probably should have got 3 inch. I don't. Yeah, I think. Oh, they might be 2 inch. Yeah, okay, these are 2 inch spacers, so this would work good. I was gonna get 3 inch spacers there, and then 3 inch shock extenders, but they're 2 inch, so that should be good enough. It should sit up good enough, and then the air shock should raise it another 2 inches. But anyway, let me finish up this other side and I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm gonna block down this quarter panel and reprime it. That's the only spot I need to do on the car. The rest of it just needs to be sanded down with 320 400 grit and ready to paint. And if anybody noticed the little brake deal that wasn't bolted onto the rear end, it doesn't line up. You know, it lines up on the 10 bolt that it came off of, but not the 12 bolt. So it doesn't seem to be, you know, I don't think it'll be a problem, so I'm just going to leave it. And I have a couple of zip ties around it, but okay. Yeah, that's it. The extenders are in there, and just going to prime and reprime this quarter panel here, and we'll move on to some more stuff. I'll be back. Okay guys, I got this block down, sanded, and reprimed. Probably don't look much different, but it's pretty slick. And primered up the little spots here just with that cheap primer. It's got some bubbles already, but hopefully it'll be all right when the paint hits it. But anyway, I'll be back tomorrow and we'll get some more stuff done, and then I'll probably end the video after that. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. Okay guys, we're out on a test drive. It does feel a lot smoother. Worried about that back seat. If I take Nikki on the power trip, hot rod power trip tour there, I don't want to be bouncing around that back seat. Turn here. But yeah, I can already feel the back suspension's a lot better. Can't really tell if that back seat's bouncing around just by looking at it. Then I want to figure out this trip. Oh, I think it's just a trip thing instead of an actual odometer. But anyway, I'll be back. Okay, I think this is the trip here. 6.0. I don't know how to start it or stop it, and it looks like it'll only have I don't know if it's got 2 digits in front of it or just 1, so it'll end at 100, or 1,000 would be a lot better. Anyway, I don't know, I just want to know how accurately the mileage I'm going to be doing on the Hot Rod Power Tour, because it's going to be a long trip all the way to South Carolina, North Carolina, then back. That's got to be a 5,000 mile trip probably. So anyway, yeah, I'll just keep this, see if this thing see what it does when it hits 100. I'll surely go on some other trips. And I guess it retains memory. Well, hopefully it does. I'll have to check that out too. Once I turn the power off and see if it goes back to 0 or not. Okay. Yeah, no, see the front seats. Front seat's shaking a little bit, so there's a little bit of shake in it. I don't know why. Had the tires balanced. I don't know. I'll just have to get Nikki in here and check, I guess. Well, I'm going to see a mechanic friend of mine to see if he can do anything with this AC or knows anybody that can make some lines or do some TIG welding or something like that. So I'll be back. Okay guys, I just got back from my friends, bullshitting around for a few hours, going over the AC system. We'll have to figure it out. I'm going to see if I can get some stuff done here in the next few days and see if we can do some aluminum welding or something. Anyway, that'll be on the next video, so I'm going to end this one. Subscribe if you haven't, like, comment, share, all that stuff. And we'll see you real soon on the next video. Thanks everybody for watching.